Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Grampa's Cafe in Dania.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a special breakfast edition of the Lunchbox coming to you from Grandpa's Bagel Cafe and Deli. We are celebrating a pre-Hanukkah, pre-holiday edition, and this is what happens, Defoe, when me and Lubie don't communicate before the show. He ordered a bunch of food from our server. I ordered a bunch of food from Clive, the great deli manager. So now we're wiping Freed out completely. He's going to deduct this from our monthly residuals. Hey, Freed, come on, sit. It's time. We got Defoe in his house. He couldn't make it today. He's got a busy schedule well, I don't even know. How are you, Defoe?
I'm good. How's everybody down there? It looks like they underordered there, Mark Freed. Unbelievable.
Oh, wait.
You believe this guy? I mean, you talk about a chazer.
There you go.
You talk about a chazer.
I got to sell the truck outside.
My God, you're going to go on
They're there right now, those guys.
You know, me and Lubie, we were at cross purposes. I went to Clive and said, hey, we're celebrating Hanukkah. Let's get some potato pancakes. Let's get some great sweets and rugelach. And look at these.
Beautiful.
What do they call it? Non-parallels? I call
This
it
is the
snow
best
caps.
seller. This is the dark chocolate. With
I
the
love
white.
them.
Yeah,
I
it's
could
the
eat them
best
all
seller.
day. And that's not so good for me and my health conditions. But
What do you mean?
look at this.
You don't want to change your look, do you?
No.
You don't want to change.
It's working for me.
What's up, Loopy?
What's going on, my friend? Nice to see you guys.
Lubie got
Man,
his.
thank God he
beautiful-
brings the loop, man.
He got a beautiful breakfast sandwich. I was in here over a weekend on Saturday.
Must
Missed you
missed me.
with my cousin Andrew, who's in from Long Island, and he enjoyed the bagel. We had a bagel sandwich. He had a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and then we went and lost money at the Hard Rock poker tournament. We
Should have
both went
stayed
up and
here.
played.
You wouldn't have lost much.
I know,
You
it's
would have lost pennies compared to
It's
that.
a sure thing here. Defoe, what's happening in your world, and are you jealous that I have a beautiful fresh baked knish, a hot dog knish today?
Yeah,
I don't
You know
know.
what? I can almost get a vicarious
International
thrill
in there.
just looking at it. I was debating this morning. I have a couple of frozen Gabilla's Knishes, which I've been nursing along for like the last year. I'm only hoping that there's no expiration date on these things.
Freezer burn.
I
1
guess
year.
frozen, they're okay. And then as I'm thinking about making one, I'm saying, well, why the hell would I do that? It would be worth the drive down to Grandpa's. And
I tell you, I haven't
This is the
seen
real
you in
Knish.
so long. I would love to give you one of those.
it'd be awesome. Yeah, well, the post time's a little prohibitive for me because I do shows up until 10 o'clock. So
Right.
unfortunately, I couldn't make it. But
Hold on one
yeah,
second.
I want to be there. I'm there in spirit.
Okay. Well, we've got him. We've driven him away already. We've got people that are taking pictures of us taking pictures of the food and beaming out the great lunchbox. Well, now that Frida's gone, we could get to the depressing news of the day, which is your Miami Dolphins. I heard you this morning, Lubie. Defoe, you were pretty optimistic a few weeks ago when they started looking good against
I thought
some
they went
bad
out.
teams. But how are you feeling these days?
It's over.
Fire everybody. That's what I
Yeah.
kept saying yesterday.
That's me.
It's
And
a Rambo movie. I mean, look, extremely disappointing, no doubt about it. We've been covering this mediocrity forever. That was a common phrase. I'm sure you used it many times in your columns and your articles. The Dolphins are mired in mediocrity. It's the
Yes.
last place you want to be.
Well, here's what
You'd be better off being really bad or really good, but I thought they would be good this year, and I couldn't have been any more dead wrong.
One of my
It was
favorite
also very
leads
wrong.
that I've written when I was a sports writer, and this is a million years ago, but nothing has changed, was after the season, after they missed the playoffs, after they had another, whatever back then when it was only 16 games, a 7-9 season, and then they would raise the season ticket prices. My
Yeah.
lead was
Yeah.
the price of mediocrity keeps going up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, it's like the worst job in the world of sports. So we've often talked about it, and you probably are on the same one I am, which is a teaser horse at a stud farm. But second only to warming up some Philly for Stormcat would be being in the boiler room trying to sell season tickets to Miami Dolphin games for next year. So those guys, they're going to get hung up on a lot, much like when any credit card company calls and wants their payment, boom, hang up the phone. DeForest is not here, and yeah, it's unfortunate because I actually was filled with laced with promises. You would say,
Yeah, but they're holding true to form, which is they can't beat good teams, and this is another winning team on the road. And again, they were close, but close doesn't count. And look, it's tragic. I didn't get the latest report on the receiver, DeBose, who was.
I haven't heard.
It looked like one of those neck compression injuries, and that was very scary.
Word was somewhat optimistic, though.
All right. Well, we're hopeful that he's okay and that all his extremities are all right, and he's able to have feeling and able to walk and all those things. But we'll learn that later. Of course, our thoughts are with him and his family and the team. But what I thought was most interesting and was, besides kind of now McDaniel is feeling the heat and starting to kind of lay blame at the feet of his star players without saying so.
Oh, yeah.
Those comments at the halftime where he basically, without saying so, explicitly implicated Tyreek for running a wrong route or making a wrong read, and that led to the interception before halftime. Which is already never a good sign when your coach is starting to throw the star players under the bus. It might mean there's some dissension and trouble, and he's already knowing that he's on the hot seat and he doesn't care about alienating star players anymore. But the other interesting thing, and we're talking Dolphins now. I'm sorry, we missed you.
They're really worth talking about, aren't they?
But the interesting thing was the Tyreek play. I always thought, maybe when he's talking about a wrist injury and he got injured with the whole police incident at the beginning of the year, but I think it is maybe actually true because it was evident on the play where the defender, where the he had the ball.
Yeah, the ball,
but he doesn't have enough strength to pull the ball in, and the other guy just ripped the ball out of his hands.
You
so
wish
I thought
you had the strength he has. Let me tell you.
I know. I wish
the other guy just had stronger.
The other guy was stronger. All right. Yeah. How did you see it, Defo? Did you,
fault? Great play by the defense.
I'm blaming everything on the Dade County Police.
You tell me when you're falling backwards and you're ready to crash your head.
Not every. He had the ball, and all you got to do, you got to bring it in.
I guess you're
and they've already demoted Mostert for a
couple
of. All right, it's over. 6-9, and 6-8. They got to run out to finish above 500, and even that is going to be good for pretty much nothing. But
no, they won't. 6-9 is what 15 is 17 games, right?
Well, it's better than the Jets. So
right now they're 6-8.
Well, they're 6-8.
The Jets only can win when they ruin our draft pick. That's all they do.
That's all they're doing is
lose when you're supposed to lose.
Lose when you're supposed
instead, Aaron Rodgers decides to be Aaron Rodgers.
You see him running all over the place. He runs like he's 90.
He runs like he's.
I hope you heard me, Aaron.
No, these are great comments. So you should have been the color analyst on that game. Would have been a vast improvement over.
What do you think of Belichick going back to college?
Well, we were talking about this last week. I think he's hunting for his next girlfriend. That's about it. So.
Yeah, I think she's a little old for him.
He's on his game today. Hey, and by the way, we're at Grampa's, which is with the MPAS. Ron Grampa was the original founder of this, but we're sitting next to a grandpa who is ecstatic because he's got his grandson in from New York.
Oh, they're down here.
Days.
Nice.
Look at the smile. He's in a great mood.
They're here.
Yeah, he loves spending time.
I got him for 16 days.
That's
and
amazing.
He says he's doing the grandkid. What's his name is
Denver.
Denver, nice.
Denver. All right. Better than naming him Aaron Rodgers. There we go. Look at that kid.
Can you get the defense him?
He knows. Yeah, I could see him. And the kid knows how to.
It's coming in more clearly than Mayo in this particular show.
That's because I didn't clean the screen on him yet.
Well, and also there's no food in front of the guy.
No.
Congratulations, Mark. It's always.
Thank you. He's going to be one on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So you're going to get him a big cake,
birthday,
smash it up?
Yes, going in his hand. We're not facing him. But
okay.
Has he tried to condition?
I'll try to condition.
No, Mayo, I'm not buying a cake that big.
Yeah. But Freed tells me the kid is a good eater. He's taking big bites bigger than me lately.
He's too good to eat. He's in like 75% weight, 75% height.
You might have an offensive lineman on your hand.
No,
believe me, the Dolphins need some linemen. So
not going to happen.
Suit the kid up already. That's it. Well, enjoy. That's great. First birthday. Defo, you enjoy your grandkids, Christian and What? Yeah, I mean they're how old now? They're losing
6 and 9.
6 and 9.
Yes.
Wow.
Those are good ages. They're still
I
like
like those numbers.
they
at
still
the
like
track.
you.
369.
My 9-year-old idolizes Jeff Bezos, and all he thinks about is money and math. And the 6-year-old is, I think, going to be the class clown like I was. So
okay.
the DNA is there, and that ends a lot of the suspicion that it was the pool guy.
It's possible. I know that guy.
So the young one is reading the racing form, or is he just kind of getting tips and giving?
No,
them
I don't think
out,
they've taken up any interest in horse racing yet. Although Liam, with a $2 voucher that he got at one of those Joe Beja type events when he was 2 years old, we went to one of those burger and bourbon things, and they were giving a $2 voucher away. So we had him point to the racing form, and he actually hit his first horse.
That is the most
$14 winner.
dangerous thing in the world. When
Mayo's
you cash
still
your
looking
first
for that first winner.
No,
Yes.
actually, the problem was the first time I ever went to the
You
track,
won.
the Big A, I
Yeah,
won.
you
I
did.
They
turned
let you
20.
win. You know that.
I turned 20 into 140, and I was
They
hooked for
always
life.
let you win the first
They
time.
always let me win. They
And
actually.
then
I
they
can-
welcome back all suckers.
Yep,
Exactly.
that's it. Well, so meanwhile, what's going on here? Did you have a good Thanksgiving, and how are things going here?
Thanksgiving
at
was
Grandpa's?
really nice. Had a good time, and no children here, so it was tough. So Thanksgiving's not easy without the family.
Yeah, it's a family
so,
thing. Yep.
So I got them for Christmas, and that'll be fine.
Oh, that's
or
all
Hanukkah,
good.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
one. It's
It's
all
all good.
one good happy.
Yeah, the
place.
happy.
And
Oh,
how
So
are
my
things-
son's coming in the 24th to the 26th,
nice.
so it'll be
Well, the whole family.
my entire family.
This
Oh,
is a
that's
year
nice.
where they all come here instead of you going up north and freezing your
it's too
butt
cold.
off. Yeah, that's it.
They can't. get
Annette wants to know
He's
what's
in
on the
Wisconsin,
table.
so forget it.
Can you
What's
guys can you guys read the comments? I know it's sometimes.
No,
Yeah, I'm
we
looking at it. I'm
don't
talking.
have the
Annette
comments.
says, "Okay, Lubie, what's on the table?"
Oh,
And I
okay.
don't know that you went deep enough in the description there, because wow, I mean, what a wide variety of.
Reed, do you want to do the honors of going around the table, or
I don't know if I know what's here. You sure it's from this place?
I think yes.
This is the Ruggler and the dark chocolate nonpareils, which is the hottest seller on the table.
and
of all-
Hanukkah
of
is
all the
coming up
candies.
December 25th, and
And we're
you know,
gonna have blue and white,
same day as Christmas.
blue and whites, or black and whites, but they're gonna be blue and white.
And you guys
for
are
the-
open
for the
every
Hanukkah,
day. New
yep.
Year's Eve, New Year's Day,
2
Christmas
o'clock we
Eve,
close
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, New Year's Day. 2
Okay,
o'clock.
but perfect place to come in for your holiday brunch and
Yep.
get the day started, the festivities, and of course, Hanukkah is known. I've never been a guy that likes those donuts. What are they called?
Jelly donuts.
The jelly donuts. But
jelly donuts, are
like you said,
powerful.
they get a little. I don't know. They only last a day. I like.
Yeah, but you gotta
Ruggles.
buy them for the day. I get them that morning.
Oh, you get 'em that
sell them on Hanukkah, and then it's done.
Okay, all
You
8
know?
days you have a
No,
shipment in, or
no.
just the first?
I get like 2 days.
2
First
days
2
worth.
days.
Okay, but the Ruggles is a year-round thing, and I
Yeah, they're
say
beautiful.
that
They
should
baked
be
them perfect today.
on everybody's holiday.
They must have knew I was coming to do this.
Yeah, I kind of. Yeah, I.
And what do you got
I
here?
strive. Okay, we got a Reubens sandwich just because Lubie went into lunch mode for some
I
Cold
just
reason.
wanted to
beef
show.
Reuben
We always
with
talk
French
about the breakfast. I
fries.
wanted to showcase they do great sandwiches. Like my parents are always looking for a really good like deli sandwich.
Where are they? I miss those parents, man.
I'll bring them next time. But I wanted to sing the praises of their sandwiches, and I didn't realize we were doing everything.
Good hot sliced
Good.
fresh
You guys
deli
did a nice
meats.
spread today.
Carnegie Deli meats used here, along with great rye bread with the caraway seeds, and of course the Reubens got the little bit of the coleslaw, the Russian dressing, and Swiss cheese, right?
Nice golden rye.
And beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
nice looking toasted sandwich.
Yeah.
Then we've got a bagel platter over here with the fish platter here. We've got beautiful sliced Nova Clive slices like Sorvino in Goodfellas, right? You can see through the locks
Yep.
if I held it up. So thin.
Yeah.
And then he's got also some
The
other
lox is out of this world.
white fish and the great tuna fish and a couple of cream cheeses. And you get the best tomatoes. I had the tomatoes other day
Well,
with
tomatoes are very tough right now.
They are, but they were still
Very,
good.
yeah.
You outkicked the competition.
Well, you gotta have
when it-
you gotta have 2 vendors. You can't have one.
Right.
You take the best of the 2 because they're tough to get.
So we got
Between
the fish here.
tomatoes and eggs. Good luck.
We've got Lubie got a sausage, egg, and cheese
Yes.
sandwich on a bagel.
It's like-
That's-
it's like
lucky
monster.
You sure there's an egg on there? 'Cause
That's
eggs are
enough
tough to
breakfast.
get
Yeah, they put 2 eggs.
They're going
they
back
put
up, I hear.
through
Yeah.
the roof.
Through the roof.
jumbo sausage links. They give you a side. A lot of breakfast sandwich don't come with a side, and they give you a massive side. So I just wanted again showcase the things that they do here that you don't always see at every deli.
You get either home fries or
the hash browns.
Yeah, and you don't get most breakfast sandwiches is just a sandwich.
I was good on Saturday. I
Which
got
is
the
fine.
tomatoes
The
on
fact
the
you guys
side.
do
and,
it.
the sausages we got are nice. They're like 2-ounce sausages.
No, it's the jumbo sausage. The
Yeah,
really
they're
big
big.
sausages. They're fantastic.
You'd be proud of me. I got the power.
So what do you do? Cut them in half and spread them?
They did. No, they did.
Yeah, they did a nice
It's
job.
so much that they have to have it open faced because
on
it's too big.
Saturday, I got the egg whites with the turkey, but instead of doing it in a wrap, I got it on a everything bagel, lightly toasted. But that you call that like the power something?
Power,
whatever. It was the power breakfast sandwich.
I think it's the lady sandwich, but
Yeah, but I was getting in touch with my feminine side.
No, it's protein.
Yeah, it
you
was
know
good.
the power.
And of course, we got the hot dog knish, which is one of their knish variants.
Who's gonna
here.
eat that today? You?
I'm gonna eat.
We'll
Well,
look at
yeah. I mean,
that.
I was.
We'll get through.
We'll save it.
Tifo, I bet you can't wait to see him eat that Hebrew National hot dog. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure that's.
And
That's good, but he's
That's
gonna put
why.
ketchup
That's
on
why
it.
he got the
Mark,
egg
he's going to
whites.
put ketchup on it.
That's
Do you
why
allow
he
that?
got the egg whites and whatever else he
On
had on
Saturday,
that sandwich,
I
so
was-
that he could make room for this hot dog.
I was saving my calories for today.
Oh, you're talking about Mayo is going to eat the hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat.
Oh, he's
half of
okay.
that. It might even be a big bite.
You're gonna
and
like
of course,
that, though.
last but not least, we got potato latkes, also known as
Those are
potato
beautiful.
pancakes.
Those are huge.
Nice and big and potato
Can
shredded.
you hold one up, Mike? So
I
we see?
can. Not only can I hold one up, I don't have a plate in front of me, but I'm gonna dunk it.
Never stopped you before. Right?
I'm not
Go
a.
easy. Go easy. I want you to make it. I want you to make it through the holidays, and I don't
I'm
want
not-
it to end at Grandpa.
I'm not gonna big bite of this. I'm just gonna take a
I'll show
nice.
you what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to. He's gonna get plates.
Oh, you hear that crunch?
That's crunchy.
That's a great potato pancake. And now I'm wearing a sour cream mustache too. It's
Not
beautiful.
bad. Looks good on. It looks like gray hair, don't it?
That's a really good potato latkes.
So I heard it. I actually heard
Yeah.
the crunching. So I
You
like
gotta
it
have
too.
that crunch, Defo. You know that. You know me and the
You
crunch.
guys
All right.
ready?
Thank you. We got a plate. They're cracking up. We got a full house in here. So, you having a good season so far? It seems like more people were in town
It seemed
earlier
way bigger
this
than
year.
last
I think
year.
it started early this year.
Yeah.
I think it started like 3 weeks ago.
It was like freezing everywhere. Last year it didn't
That's
get
why
cold
they
until like
got
late
out.
January.
That's why
Like,
they got out.
I mean, we
And the
even had cold
Thanksgiving, I
spells.
think, was what, later?
It was a week later too.
So the week later
It
is
was-
almost like
threw people
It
off.
compresses it, and more people come down when it's later because it's less. I don't even know. But I was in Boston last weekend. It was snowing, and it was 24 degrees.
Yeah, you don't get that early
Zero in
December.
Wisconsin, where my son lives.
Oh,
Oh,
did you
geez.
go up there?
No.
He says away. He's like, I love you. You come
What
here.
I caught the last warm weekend. It was like 50 something degrees in Wisconsin. And after that, it was 30, 20.
Nope.
You know, I wish my son all the luck. I buy him whatever he needs to stay warm. But I promise you, my clothes won't go over there.
All right. Well,
Are you done with this crunch?
no, I'm gonna
I'll
keep
give it
eating
back
it.
to
Are
you.
you
I
kidding
want you
me?
to keep eating.
Okay. Do you want to take care of the contest winner first?
Yeah,
Take
we
a
have to do a
break.
contest. Yeah.
All right.
You
well,
sure you give outside? I never won anything.
You're eligible
You can
to
come, too. We'll
participate.
just
You
go
know,
ahead.
every
Yeah.
weekend
I'm only kidding.
on the Friday show at Gulfstream, and you should come down
Defo
sometime.
always invites me. He says, "Don't worry. Don't
We're
worry about
gonna-
Mayo. I'll get to it."
Every Friday, we do our show down at 10 Palms at Gulfstream, and I've invited you to our brunch bashes, but I know
I
Sunday
don't want
is
to
your
win
big day.
first time. Then I'll get hooked.
Oh, come on. I know you. You've already placed a few wagers and a couple of winning
I've
ones.
been losing lately.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Enjoying
Good.
the
At least you talk
and
about
I've been
it.
chasing, so that's bad.
That's the
No, no,
worst.
don't
I got
chase.
nosed. Oh,
Thank God
never
I
mind.
chase small, just like I play regularly.
This has
I
been
never
my
chase large.
worst year of horse racing ever. I don't even want to press on the tab that shows how much money I put into the account and how much I withdrew this year. It's not going to be favorable numbers, but
No, it can't be. They're
but-
not in business for us.
but we keep
But it's
plugging
fun.
away, and Defo keeps plugging away because without, you got to have hope every day
he
you
loves
wake
this
up.
too, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have a piece.
He
of
loves
cake.
tip dogs. All right, let's do the contest again. Brunch for two at Gulfstream Park's 10 Palms Buffet, and we're going to have a special one this upcoming week. We're going to be giving away 2 passes to their New Year's Eve gala,
Oh,
which is going
really?
to be Remember
Oh,
Joe Beja?
Well, I didn't know we were going to offer our passes too for that. That's great.
No, we're making the contest this upcoming week. I believe is going to be the last week before Christmas.
Yeah.
Not the last one before New Year's, but we're going to get it out of the way before Christmas, where the winner of the upcoming week's contest will win 2 passes for their New Year's Eve, which is going to be a $99 buffet spread, enhanced
amazing.
buffet.
So that's at night,
with
obviously, right?
8 p.m.
So it's not the
till
horses. It's
8
it's a
p.m. to
party.
1 a.m.
me
There's
get stuff
slots
out
next
west
door, and
or
there'll
ahead.
be horse racing in Australia and
Yeah, you may get
Hong
on the other
Kong
side
for
of
the
the world.
true
Well,
degenerates.
maybe we can win there.
Maybe.
Maybe better there.
They run backwards, don't they?
It's good. It's going to be a great time, and you can get the
They run the
tickets.
other way.
They're on the other way.
Live music
Yeah, they
and
look
band,
confused over there.
DJ, party favors, sparkling beverage toasts at the beginning of the evening and at midnight, and of course an enhanced buffet, $99. Go on to this one is going to be on Ticketmaster. Just do a search for Gulfstream 10 Palms New Year's Eve on Ticketmaster, and there'll be an all-inclusive price. And when you show up on New Year's Eve, you don't have to worry about paying anything. The tip is already included. You just have to make sure you got the Lyft or Uber app loaded onto your phone so you can get home safely.
How many people does he fit there?
Oh, they can get up to 1,200, and he's
Wow.
hoping to get a crowd of about 800 in there on that night. You know, the big race days, they
When
get
shoot
over
for the
1,200.
moon, shoot for 1,200.
Yeah, well, that's why we keep talking it up.
All he's
Just
got to
like-
do is give away 400 of these. He'll get 1,200.
Well, we're
There
going to
you
give away 2. Meanwhile, last week we had a winner. Today we can announce that we don't even need the little
Oh, no
pill,
papers,
the
none of that?
slips, and no tiebreaker.
Nice.
Clean cut winner, and basically the contest. Mustard Seed Bistro was the name of the restaurant that served
Yeah.
cupcakes. Was very well known for their cupcakes, and they are still operating a cupcake catering business. And you could order some cupcakes for the holidays too if you go to
Nice.
their Instagram account. But they closed down the restaurant earlier this year. Longtime couple that ran it, and now. But Mustard Seed Bistro was in Plantation, was very highly regarded, especially among the ladies who lunch crowd. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's
So they
gone.
still sell like commercially, like the places?
They probably, if you get in touch with them, they make really good cupcakes. If you're looking
Yeah.
for a cupcake
So
vendor,
you got to write it down.
I'll
for
give
me.
you the
I have a
name.
website.
it's
So.
Lara, and I'm the worst with names, so I forgot the chef's names. He's a great guy, but Mustard Seed Bistro, the chalk. No, actually, it wasn't the chalk. It was an unusual event because it was the morning line favorite, but there was late money that came in on the number 9 horse, so it spared me all the people who picked the also eligibles and the scratches. Number 10, Cugino, was the winner. Shug McGahee, I believe, got up just in time, and he was the second choice. So number 10 was the winning horse, and then it came down to the tiebreaker, the Dolphins-Titans game. 7 people had the winning horse and restaurant. 5 of them took the Titans, 2 of them took the Dolphins, but most of the Titans.
Texans.
I'm sorry. Why do I keep saying Titans?
They probably would have lost to the Titans too, but
They
yeah,
would have lost
the
to
Texans.
anybody. But yeah, the Texans,
Titans
the
are
Houston
tough.
team, because the Titans used to be in Houston, right?
Houston, yes, the Tennessee Titans were once the Houston Oilers.
Right.
There
So
you
that's
go.
why I always get
You
confused.
circumvented all that. Yes.
Thank you. Anyway, Texans won by 8, and we have one winner, and that's Alexa Habe. Congratulations.
nice.
You
Sounds
had
like a
the
new winner.
Texans by 7,
Nice.
and
Congrats.
that makes you the winner of this week's Gulfstream
That's
10
great.
Palms
Wow.
brunch contest.
Maybe I'll go with her.
You should,
Yeah.
and you can enter any week, Fried. All you got to do is listen, watch the show, or go into the Let's Eat South Florida group, because I post all the clues Friday afternoon at about 4 o'clock. And then you just email me the selections by noon on Saturday to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. So the more the merrier. We love new entrants. And, well, if anytime you want to get down there, we'll get you.
take it. Just come with us.
I'll get you. I'll get you in. So,
Look how
let's-
happy you made me smile. What do you think?
what should I eat next, Fried? Before
Default,
we
can
go
I
to,
sit at your table? You and Lupie's?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, absolutely.
We love you.
what
That's
should I
what
eat?
it is.
Ultimate
Better than
Birthday
sitting
party.
at
Should
the
I
What
have
you
a
eat
bite
next?
of the
This-
hot
a
dog?
bite of this.
I
Take a
don't
bite
want
of
a
No, a bite
Reubens-
of that. Go for
Can
that.
I have a bite of the hot
You want
dog?
mustard
Whatever
with
you
it?
want.
You
Do
don't
I
want
want
mustard?
mustard? Am I big biting this? Oh no,
Oh,
the
the
hot
hot
dog
dog
fell
fell
out. Oh no, we're gonna put the hot dog back in.
You just eat it without
I'm
mustard.
very
It probably
sloppy.
doesn't need anything. But
No, you know what? It's
Want
delicious.
mustard?
One.
Mustard's good.
Mustard is good, but I'm not yet. I'll wait for the break, but I'm gonna take the first bite without it.
Yeah.
And then why don't we take the first break?
yes.
And before we do, visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. VLFoodWine.com is the website. Go on now. Get your tickets. Events are selling out fast. The intimate dinners around town, I think a bunch of them are now sold out. But there are still tickets remaining for the Big 5 signature events. And if you use the promo code Lunchbox, you'll get an extra 15% off the already low ticket prices. Wednesday, cocktails. Thursday, Asian theme walk and roll. Friday, barbecue battle at the new venue with live fire smoking. Saturday, the grand tasting. Sunday, the new brunch event. We should get you involved with the brunch
Yeah,
event.
we should. They do a brunch event.
It's a new
It'd be
ticket
cool to have you
brunch
guys out
event.
there.
He's giving me
Where's
a
that?
look. It's up at Los Olas Beachfront Park, A1A in Los Olas. Huge festival. It's great for
Brunch
marketing.
is great,
So-
but you know what? If you have a brunch, you got to take up so much room. The regulars, it's hard to fit them all.
well, no, they
No,
just
brunch items.
They just
Oh,
have.
brunch
You
all
guys
they
do
do is
like
you have
Benedict?
little tents, and then you just
guys
have to
do
come up
brunch
with like
items.
500 little bites of something like.
You're talking about having it in an area.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
they're
have
doing
that
a thing, and different restaurants
they
go
invite
out there.
restaurants.
Yeah.
we gotta
Local.
get
You're in the greater
now
Florida
that they're
area.
starting a brunch.
Maybe Goldberg will do it.
maybe Goldberg will do it.
Yeah,
We'll see that.
we'll see.
Okay. blfoodwine.com is the website. Go online now for tickets and savings. It makes a perfect gift for the food lover in your life. All right.
See
Let me take a
everybody
bite.
after the break.
Mm.
It's candy time.
For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Grampa is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy.
That's awesome.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Freed is busy bagging up candy and boxing these Hanukkah candies and all kinds of sweet treats. I remember when I was young, I first got hooked on gambling and candy at the Hanukkah celebrations my family would have, because, you know, when you would spin the dreidel, you know, it's like
it's a gambling game.
It was a gambling game,
Yeah,
and
you
there would
put
be a
your
pot
gelt
full
and,
of, yeah, the Hanukkah little chocolates
The
and the gelt and some of the other things. Did you have those experiences growing up?
Oh no, not me. I led a very sheltered childhood. Of course. What are you talking about? We gambled on everything.
No, I'm saying at Hanukkah, did you
Did you
gamble with the
dreidel? I never
dreidel?
did
It
dreidel.
was great. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you remember what each symbol stood for?
I don't know.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
what-
I mean, I'm
what each one
72 years old. I barely remember yesterday.
Well, there's
You
four
think I
sides.
remember what the symbols stood for? on the
We're going to
dreidel?
do a little basic primer
I don't even
for,
remember. Good for you.
for degenerates
tell
who want a new way to lose money or just have fun with the family.
Actually, I misspoke. I'm 73 years old. I can't even remember my last birthday.
That's all right because I'm only 58, and yet I always like to round up, and everybody now thinks I'm 60 because I always round it up. I was wait,
I'm
I'm
not
not there
rounding
yet.
Around down.
Now I'm trying to. slow
It's a big
things down.
difference.
There is a big
60 is the new Mendoza line for men. It
All right.
used to be 54.
Well, I
Now
got
it's
1.5 years
6 years.
to fix myself.
to figure it out. Yeah.
But
That's
no,
when they start taking body parts and organs. When
yeah, that's all.
Have a
And they
common-
want to start taking. This is the trouble with Medicare. I know you love it,
I do.
but the problem is when you have it, all the surgeons
They
see
want to
your
do
dollar
every
signs.
surgery,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, let me remove that body part, maybe unnecessary. That was a year ago, right?
It was this year.
I almost had 2 surgeries last year, both of which would have been completely unnecessary.
But it was late in the year. It was December,
Oh,
right?
so it was
around.
last. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
last.
around Christmas time.
The year has flown by, my friend.
What a
It's
year.
unreal. It really
is
is.
unreal.
What a year.
And I've accomplished nothing. That's a disappointment.
Well, we've eaten a lot. We've had some good.
We've had some
food.
good food.
We've had a lot of good.
On this show, you can't complain about the catering. That's for sure.
not complain about craft services. Everything is great. Do you need anything, Lubie?
No,
Do you
we're
need
good.
a little
No,
water?
everything's great.
We're good.
Just waiting
Thank
on the
you
man
very
himself.
much. We'll see.
Nobody
you.
has my Dr. Brown's Diet cherry.
We
No,
just got
it's
your
too early.
commish.
It's breakfast. You know me.
Their
I
coffee's good too. They do a really good
I
job.
love
of
a good
coffee.
cup
You get
of
the big cup.
black
and
coffee, and they have
they don't
good
keep track
coffee
of it.
here. 4 sides of a Hanukkah dreidel. One of them is like a
It's an
Hebrew
aleph, right?
letter
Is it
for
an aleph?
N, which stands for nothing. You win nothing in the pot. One of them
None.
is,
The N is none.
I think, a G.
Gimel.
Gimel, I think, is the whole pot. You scoop the pot.
Okay.
I think
I
the
think Aleph is one
the
of them.
the high
Okay, is one of them.
is
Okay.
half the pot for half,
Okay.
and then you have the was it the shema, the shot, whatever the sh symbol is.
Oh,
That
jeez.
means you spin again. I think is that. Do I have that right, or am I making all this crap up?
You're asking me?
I have no idea. I never played it like that.
No, I'm gonna say that's the way
Money
it was.
exchanging hands. That was
You are the expert at flipping baseball cards, right?
baseball cards, marbles. We did all kinds of crazy stuff together.
What was the flipping technique? Did you actually hold it up and let it spin to the floor? And if it was heads,
Oh no, that
tails?
game was lame. Matching.
Yeah,
very
that
lame.
sucked. Oh, yeah.
Well, because it's just like a coin flip. If you hold a coin on tails and flip it up in the air and let it land, it's going to land on heads.
Right.
If you had a baseball card and you put it on the backside, it would land on the front side. So whoever went last was winning every time.
That was lame.
Yeah, the lame overtime rules.
Well,
no, we played 2 games that were high stakes gambling for a little kid. Leaners was the highest stakes of games because it involved the most cards in the pot, where you would put 4 or 5 cards against the wall, leaning against the wall, and whoever knocked down the last one took home the whole pot. So that used to involve 50 to 100 cards sometimes.
That's a big score. Yeah.
You lean up against the wall. And then Topsies was the other one, where you would start flipping cards against the wall. They had to hit the wall,
Oh,
and you won the pot when one card landed on any portion of another card that was already sitting on the floor there. So that was a good game too. Topsies.
so these involved some hand-eye coordination and motor skills. It seems like. these
yeah, I
games
mean, you
have.
had to be good unless you wanted to just lose your collection.
A
But
game that I recall playing in elementary school in the lunchroom was we'd all sit around. There'd be 5 of us, and we'd each have a stack of cards that we, freshly purchased from Stage Stationery Store there in Brooklyn on Avenue U. And everybody would kind of turn over your cards like you have a deck of playing cards. There would be a big pile in the middle, and you keep going until you had a matching either
a
2
player,
players from the same team, or you could go really ultra specialized and actually 2 of the same players once in a row. And the guy who had the second player in a row would scoop the whole thing. And sometimes these piles got up to 200 cards, and it was
wow.
score. It was
you ever count a mantle or a maze card? Because nobody flipped those.
so at my age, it was still maze. It was a lot of Tom Seaver. This was early 70s.
You were flipping Tom Seaver cards?
Well, yeah.
See, I had a couple of thousand Harry Cheaties who was an obscure catcher that I always thought was on the Houston Colt 45s, but it turns out I don't think he ever played there. But yeah, so we had every lame guy, Joe
So
DeMaestri. We had like
we
30
were
in the
we,
pile.
we were not allowed to edit out good players or valuable cards. Everybody had to buy their packs fresh, like a fresh
Oh, I
deck
see.
of
All right.
playing
Oh,
cards.
geez.
Open it up in
How many
front of
packs
you,
did you
and
buy that? 200
You guys
cards.
are standard.
Probably like 5 or
we
6.
we would, remember they used to sell those like really big boxes, and we would chip in on the big box, like they would sell 1,000 cards at
Well,
one
that would be the whole set.
Yeah, it was kind of
And
like
if you
the
were
whole
smart, you would have saved them intact and never taken them out of the box because those are of immense value.
You want to hear a sad story? My oldest brother did exactly that. Saved all these like pristine cards and had the Nolan Ryan rookie card that was on a split screen with another player. I forget. It was on the Mets. He was a rookie on the Mets. That card amassed massive value. I think at one point it was worth $10,000.
Wow.
It was kept in good condition and folding books in a room in my house I grew up in Brooklyn. And one day it was burglarized, and they took all those cards.
Oh, geez.
That really
I
sucked.
thought you were going to say it was kind of like the green stamps thing. Remember when you were collecting green stamps from the grocery store? Your mother, was doing that, and we went to finally redeem them. It took like 500 books to get anything like a really low cost item, and so you'd finally go to redeem them, and then it turned out they were eaten by insects and roaches because of the glue factor. So. Yeah, that was always very disappointing to find the whole thing destroyed.
That was disappointing.
And then you realize that we obviously have some kind of infestation of insects, so that hurt also.
No, but doing the flipping card, it was like hitting the pick six when some of these mountains of cards. When
Yeah,
it was great. And again, I think it fueled this lifelong, horrible habit disease that still brings me enjoyment. But maybe I might try Ozempic next year, not just for the weight loss, but have you seen that one of the side effects, it curbs people's compulsive behaviors, including alcoholism and gambling addiction.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all.
A lot of it's focused.
You would lose some pounds. There's always the X factor is, what are the side effects that we'll discover later
Reed is
on?
back. Yep.
Yes.
We're talking about flipping baseball cards and doing things with baseball cards as a youth. Did you used to do that?
You didn't put them on the back of your bike, so they flicked.
The spokes.
Oh,
My
that
dad
would
did
ruin
that.
the value right
Like
off
an
the
idiot.
bat.
My
Yeah,
dad
but you
did
didn't
that.
know
You did
they're
that
only
for-
worth
My
a
dad
penny at
did
the
that and
time.
ruined every goddamn.
You would do
card.
that with like Mickey Lolich or Don Clendenny.
See, my
or
dad,
something
no,
like
my
that.
dad did it with
Mickey
Willie
Lolich was
Mays.
Was he good? He had no value
The
on the card.
lefty.
He was a big fat. He was my
Mickey
hero. as a
Lolich
kid.
was good though.
In the
Yeah.
He was
60s
with
and
Denny McLean.
he was.
Oh, right.
One of the,
That was his-
the rotation.
I saw him when
20
he was on the
Those
Mets.
two guys could take him to the promised
They
land.
went to the World
almost.
Series. I think the
I
World
saw him on the Mets when he looked like Mike Tyson in the ring a couple of weeks ago.
You could get away with that.
Yeah, I can. What else we got going on here, Freed? I mean,
No, we're just busy now. Season seems like it's in progress.
Yeah.
And we're working hard.
I had a question for you because it was a big buzz, and I don't know if the New York Post wrote about this, Defo, but I've been seeing it on some of my feeds that this, I guess, renowned Upper West Side bagel shop known as Absolute Bagels abruptly shut down last week, and it threw the whole neighborhood into a tizzy. Now, I don't know if you ever heard of Absolute Bagels. I guess the place has been around about 20 years, and it's an
That's in New
interesting
York,
backstory. Right? It's in New York, Upper West Side. It was like on Amsterdam and 103rd. So, near Columbia University, Upper West Siders loved the place. The background was this. It's not any kind of Brooklyn-born like you or Goldberg, a Jewish guy. It was actually a Thai, a guy from Thailand.
Owning a bagel place?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
but all you got to do is learn the rest.
No, it's not. I mean, again, you can do anything.
Help.
I'm just that's interesting.
the guy broke in at Essa Bagel, which was my favorite bagel shop in Manhattan. It was close to my
Essa
high
Bagel
school
was
on
a good
when it was back on First Avenue and
40-something,
22nd. No,
20-something?
it was back in the day. It's moved a couple of times. but it was-
42nd.
It was on 1st and 22nd, between 22nd and 23rd. My high school was on 1st and 15th, so I would make the trek up there occasionally. And Essa Bagel had great bagels. This guy who opened this shop worked at Essa Bagel, even though he's from Thailand. And that's the beauty of
no, it's
America.
whatever.
He knew how to make the bagel.
I find it
you
interesting.
got Clive here. He's from Haiti, but he's got
Does a great
the
job. No,
deli
he's a legend.
acumen
Yeah,
down. He slices of mean Nova. It's beautiful. But this Absolute Bagels, it abruptly shut last week, Defo. And people went crazy.
It's probably the landlord in the lease. It's
No, then it turns out it says that the place was riddled with health violations. It closed for
Always
good
good
on
to
Thursday.
find out.
You didn't get the last bite in there.
Exactly.
No, but you know what the thing is? Oh, all right, look, we all like a
We
place that's
explain away
kept clean.
restaurants. Yeah.
But you know, it's like some of my favorite restaurants. I don't want to look around too close. If the product comes out good, and if it's a good bagel. But anyway, said that bagel lovers.
He runs some show this Mayo, don't he? All I know is I'm ready to give him blinkers so he can't see nothing.
No, this place is immaculate. You know that. The renovation that you did in here. How long have you owned it? Is it 3.5 years now? 21 or
The
what?
business is open. August was 3 years.
August of 21, right?
Yeah, that's
August, September, October.
Yeah,
November.
so we're looking at 3.5 years.
Almost 3.5 years, and we own the property 4 years. So
Right.
I have
Oh,
no
wow.
landlord throwing me out. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's good. All right.
Can't deal with them anymore.
Well, and that's the thing is, and I was talking. It's funny. My dad goes to this bike shop. He lives in Sunrise, and he's been going there like my whole life. And the lady's like,
Gotta go.
she's retiring, but it's because they sold it and they want to double. That's my favorite. It's not kick it up. They want to double the rent, even though their mortgage hasn't increased. So I just find it interesting, and it's what a lot of people are doing. Once you own it, you're never going back to having a landlord. Like,
But
it's
here's
hard to
what's
deal with.
increased. Insurance is increased.
Well, no, everything's increased. I get it, but
Operating costs,
Doubling the rent
labor.
Doubling is a little ridiculous.
Doubling, man.
Unless they had a sweetheart lease for the last
they
20
probably
years.
did. They probably did,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are facing.
So they don't look at it like they got away with murder for the last
no,
10
no,
years.
you just worry about
They
now.
don't want to pay more now.
100%. And that's why there is a give and take.
Yeah,
And
my
that's-
friend that was Brighton Beach Bagels, Mary, and we're good friends.
Oh, the one
now.
up in Delray. That's
Yeah,
good. I know
they
the guy
wanted to at least double her rent.
and that's a shame.
And she had 3 years left, and the lawyer told her. You
Oh,
know, you
on,
just-
on a lease?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
they just
said
walk.
to her, they're going to take you to court so many times, you're not going to
It's
make
not gonna be
money, so
worth
you
it.
might as well sell 10 cents on a dollar.
And they did a good job up there. They had good
She's
breakfast and bagels, and then they also converted to like a
The nights.
New England seafood, like they did
It
a
was
lobster
great.
rolls
I had
and
great
stuff
lobster
at
rolls
night.
there.
I remember I went with Dickstein one time, and he was just yelling at everybody. Anyway,
It was a good night thing. It was
yeah.
no tipping.
It's a
really
way to
everything. They
maximize
brought
your
you the
space.
food.
If you got to make a lot of rent,
There's
why
only so much
not
you can do.
turn it into
Listen,
a
it's not
nighttime thing?
easy. Look at the prices we have these days.
Yeah.
Of everything.
It's
From
up,
the
it's up.
tomatoes now, and then
Yep.
the eggs. And
Yep.
I mean, eggs are gonna go. We were $40-something a case.
And a case
Like
is how
a few
many
months
eggs?
ago.
How many?
Oh, geez.
You get 15s or 30s, but for 30 dozen, it was like $45, $50 the most. It's going to be $150.
120? Oh,
next week.
150.
Really?
Next week.
It's the avian flu that's basically killed off a lot of birds, and they've had to get rid of a lot
out of
of
control.
those, egg laying
Very out of control.
hens. And supply and
There was
demand.
170 in the pandemic.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so we've gone up and down the egg ladder.
Yeah, well, it's gone down again, and now it's going back up again.
This is actually
Because
good news.
two
for-
new flus came out. Something like that.
And they always affect animals like that.
and
You got to know how to buy, though.
these
Yeah,
global
you have to go vendors.
pandemics, it's
Good
not
connection.
just for humans; it's also for the animals, and it
Yep.
affects the food supply. And people got to understand that.
Mhm.
One of the
Yeah.
same places got hit again with the bird flu.
How do you deal with that with an increase like that? I mean, you just
I'm a
increase.
good buyer.
Okay.
Oh, so you've worked
I'm a
out
good buyer.
relationships.
I'm a good buyer with a
You don't have
smile.
to add a supplement to the omelets next week or
Well,
something.
You know, sometimes you got to go from an extra large egg to a
No, you
large
shrink it.
egg.
Yeah.
Give a
Right.
little more potatoes, or
Yeah.
the omelets still get 3 eggs because it's already cracked.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that doesn't change. But it's plates look beautiful. Everything looks great.
Yeah, people-
But you know what? Large and extra large is almost the same price. It's
That's
crazy.
funny.
yeah, it's tough
Right.
times, especially like you said, these things just fluctuate, and
Yep.
then people
You
got
have to ride the waves, and it's hard. It's hard to
Just
deal with
started
it. As
to
a-
Hard. And it was
foreign
lettuce. It was romaine and iceberg 2 weeks ago, and then that
Are you a
settled
big
down.
egg? I mean, I used to eat a lot of eggs because I think they're good. They're actually not as bad for your
They're not
heart.
fattening, but they
Not
have
fat-
cholesterol.
Well, the egg, but what I found lately, I've developed some sort of, I don't know if it's an allergy or just a sensitivity to egg yolks. I've been eating egg whites now because something in the egg yolk has been triggering bad things in my system.
right.
So it just my internal radar senses that the price of eggs are going way up, and my body
Yeah,
is
they
steering
said
me away
they
from.
could be almost $6 in the supermarket.
Yeah, the public.
and they're running out of everything.
Yeah, their supplies.
My
are
wife said she
limited.
went in there. It was like a higher end egg, and she bought the last 2, and the guy
Oh,
says they're almost gone.
Well, good thing for my latkes that I prepare at home during Hanukkah. I only use like 2 eggs in my
Oh.
batch of like 2.5
I'll
pounds.
make you jealous. My wife had made 68 pierogies
Oh,
Pierogies.
from scratch.
Wow, good for her.
Nice.
Only because my kids are coming.
Oh, the kids love them.
They don't get made
No,
from
you don't
Mark
get paid.
Free. Don't worry.
Does
Trust
anybody
me
make
when I tell you. But you know what? They are off the charts. Like her mother used to make them.
Nice.
Does anybody make latkes during Hanukkah, like at the house?
Not my house.
You just
We're
buy 'em
pierogi
here.
people.
You just bring
no,
'em
no,
home.
no. I
Pierogies,
don't even
interesting.
bring them. We're pierogies.
Interesting.
pierogi.
Oh, for
Yeah.
Hanukkah. Okay.
Okay, well,
And we just put a little butter in, a little oil, but a little bit of butter, and you flip them until they're. My wife
Let's
likes
go
to
brown.
take them out early, and my kids love them like
Going
me.
brown.
Yeah, you make them crunchy.
Yep.
You know, and they're off the chart.
well, good.
it's a potato. It's a potato and cream cheese mix.
Ooh,
like
nice.
people making their own traditions. What about you, Defo? Did you ever cook up some latkes?
I'm sure I have. I don't think I was very good at it. My dad used to do a great job with that.
This is one of my holiday traditions. I make latkes one night every year during Hanukkah, and I'm pretty good at it. My latkes are pretty kick-ass, and I pick up some brisket from here with the nice au jus. I have that on one side, and you know what else I do? Because I'm an aristocrat, I buy some of this beautiful Nova here, and then forget sour cream. I get creme fraiche, and I get some caviar, and I put on a fresh latke, a slice of Nova, a little creme fraiche, and some caviar.
What's creme
on top.
fraiche?
Creme fraiche is
Creme
like
fraiche.
sour cream, except fancier and French.
Like
And
lighter.
it's a
sour
little
cream.
bit
Like fresh out of the body.
well, yeah, it's basically
Wow, that sounds
it's,
great.
It's a French. It's a little bit more actually thicker
Oh,
than
it's
a
thicker.
sour
So
cream.
it's like
Believe it or not.
cream.
Yeah, and you kind of just use it very sparingly because it's very.
And you don't need a
fat
whole
laden.
slice of Nova. Just flavor
No, I
it.
put a little on, but
yeah.
I love doing that. So you have like the people who want the tradition, they can have their brisket, and then I have it with the lox, and I think it's fantastic. So that's the one thing I do.
My mom makes
which is a hit.
amazing latkes. So that's what she makes.
And you know
like
what? In New
trays of
York, we
latkes.
made amazing ones, but I can't get those guys to come down here. But they were like bigger.
Oh, really?
They were bigger,
Like that?
thinner, but like the cut up onions, you know, like the
Yeah,
slithered
yeah,
onions,
yeah.
like you could see them, and they
Yeah.
were so outrageous.
You're gonna have to find
I
some
might have to bring
pictures.
some. For
I
you.
wish
My
I
mom
had a
makes-
picture of
My
my
Mom makes
guys.
ridiculous.
I'll search
latkes.
for
I
it
might have
during
to
the
bring
break.
some
Hey, we
guys.
got to take our next break. Defo, can you stick around, or you got to walk? We'll wrap
I'll
up
hang
this.
in there. I mean,
Okay,
it's
hang
all-
in there for the duration. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. But
You're
we're
a
almost
closer, Defo. You're a closer.
Well, the last time I heard the term creme fraiche, I thought he was referring to the Woody
there. Woody Stevens, one of his
part of his
Belmont
5
Stakes winners.
consecutive Belmont Stakes wins.
Can you
I,
name
I
all
noticed
5?
as soon as he got into that creme fraiche thing, you went silent. You were like, all right, let him play
creme
out his
fraiche
cards
ran a few
here
times
because this is
earlier.
bad.
Yes.
And I understood it. I was trying to get quiet, but
Yeah.
It's all good.
I
And,
can't.
and every time you refer to Rugala, we had a guy we worked with. He was in the sales department at WQAM, and he wore a very obvious and poorly attached hairpiece. And his nickname around the station was Rugala. So I can't help but think about our good friend Bob.
I'll see you guys after the break.
All right, next
All
break
right.
coming up. Before we do, I got to get the good word about Casa D'Angelo. If you want the finest quality Italian food, and if you're looking for a place to have a holiday celebration, have some friends and family coming from out of town, it is exquisite. It's on Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, but they also have locations in Boca Raton, on Palmetto Park Road, and in Aventura, just below Gulfstream Park. I believe it's on Northeast 208th Street in a new plaza there. Beautiful
Nice.
build out there. Angelo Ilia he just stands for the finest in quality, whether it's food, service, wine. It's all there. It's delicious. They had, I guess, the last of their white truffle dinners will be tomorrow,
Oh,
the
nice.
17th at the Aventura location. Oh, wait, I misspoke. The 19th will be the final one at the Fort Lauderdale location. So if you're interested,
The
go
Thursday.
online to casa-d-angelo.com. Make your reservations for that. They also have special wine dinners throughout the season, along with great dinners 7 nights a week. They're going to be open all through the holidays. They're open all 3 locations for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Get your reservations now, Casa D'Angelo. All right, let's take – is it break number 2?
Yes.
All right, the trains are running a little bit behind, but we'll close with a rush. We'll be back after these words from Grandpa's.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the New River. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and information, go to. All right, we're back at Grandpa's Bagel Cafe and Deli in Dania Beach. It's right on Federal Highway, just south of Dania Beach Boulevard. If you haven't been in here yet, you really need to, because they make great, fresh, house-made bagels the traditional way. Fried and his partner Mark Goldberg, they both came up in New York. They both have shops up in the New York tri-state area. They boil them, hand-rolled, boiled, baked. They come out crispy on the outside, nice and not moist. What's the fluff?
Fluffy.
Chewy,
Oh,
proper
chewy.
chew on the inside.
They're just big and they're
I love
delicious.
their bagels. They have, again, house-made knishes. That's Defoe's favorite. And these rugelach that they make in-house. Oh, my God, I'm going to do a
Oh, they
big
are
bite.
in-house. Okay, because I know
they make these.
they get some
in-house.
stuff from outside that's really good.
No,
baked as well.
they pride themselves on making right here.
Oh, they're fantastic.
And I'm going to do a big bite of it. Looks like a raspberry one right now. I don't know what I wanted to talk about next. Defo, do you have anything on your agenda as I just chomp down on this?
Nothing special now.
Okay. You guys think?
Well, no, I mean, it's funny. It was a low key weekend, but I'm just gearing up for the holidays, and it's interesting, like finding we every weekend we've had something to do holiday related. This weekend we put lights up. It was the first time we put lights up on the house. So that's interesting. But this next 2 weeks, it feels like it's like you talk about marathon. It feels like it's a sprint. Like when you get into New Year's, like this week, even though Christmas next week, because it's in the middle of the week, it feels like we're like leaning to Christmas already, and then Hanukkah is literally from Christmas to New Year's is Hanukkah. So it's like, it feels like the end of this year is like compressed, and it feels like everything's moving so freaking fast. I'm just trying to like take a breath and just, oof. And that's sort of why I went crazy this morning, because I just wanted to like enjoy a day, because it feels like every day going forward is going to be hectic, which I enjoy the hectic going into the holidays, but I'm trying to remind myself, okay. Like,
now you bought a fresh tree?
We always do a real tree.
So what was your tally for the tree?
Okay, so the tree, we used to have a townhouse, right? So we started a 5-6 footer, and then we last year got into this house, so we did a 6-7 footer.
Right.
But we have the vaulted freaking ceilings.
Oh, so now you got to 8-9.
We're not doing a 12 footer, but we put it in a corner
12.
where
12
you
is
still
insane.
we
You
need
gotta,
an
like,
8 foot. We did an 8 foot
8
tree.
foot. I'm gonna say that's going
That's
to
my
about
max.
$140.
Oh, no. See, Home Depot's really good. That's why a lot of people go to these tree farms.
Do they last?
Yeah, that's the whole time. And that's for us. It was like 80 something.
Oh,
which isn't bad. I mean, it was a nice
bad.
tree. It was full.
No, we bought ours finally last week, like Thursday evening.
And there were still trees
at a tree.
at
a tree farm.
The farm, okay.
On State Road 84, which is like in between our home and where she works. And I guess they call it Hayes Farm, and they come in from North Carolina. They look terrific. They smell terrific. The price, though, not so terrific. It hurt me. Default.
What size is this?
We got a 6 and 7.
You got a 6 and 7.
6-7 because the where we put it, the room is kind of like
smaller.
smaller.
You don't want it too big, yeah.
But then they also have these beautiful wreaths. It was the wreath that killed us.
Oh, okay.
So the tree itself for a 6-7 was $115.
Jesus,
$115.
But it has a smell. See, this ours doesn't have like the smell.
Oh, that fresh.
Yeah, that's why I like a real
pine
tree.
needle
The
smell.
yeah.
It smells so good. And
ours
again,
doesn't have the smell.
She likes to get it on the later side so that it doesn't get dried out and all the needles
Mine
fall
always
off
have
before
lasted.
Christmas.
If you water it,
if you water it, it usually should last at least a month. But this it smells great. But then it was the wreath added on. All I know is that by the time and now they want a tip because they wrap it up and they put it on the car roof.
If you put like a real tip, I give like $2.
No, they had the tip screen going where it was this like I felt
really?
like I was at some of these restaurants now. It's at 10%, 50%, 20%. I was like, kidding me? I'm not giving you 20%. I think the wreath was 40. All I know is at the end of the day, it was like $185 for a wreath and a tree and the tip. But you know what? It's all worth it in the end because
that's nice.
I even though I'm a Jewish guy from Brooklyn, I love Christmas. I love all the holidays. I love the spirit. I've got my menorah up. I've got the tree on the other side of the house. We've got presents underneath there. She's got her grandkids. I got my daughter. We're going to have a good, fine time.
Yeah, it's great.
I'll make latkes one night. Life is beautiful, isn't it, Default?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it is.
So you guys always did trees. See, it's the funny thing is like Devo grew up Jewish home, but did trees. You guys did, I guess, tree or decorations of some kind. Like I grew up in the opposite. Like my family it's funny because all my friends my whole life were Christian. So I would always celebrate Christmas, but we didn't do anything Christmas at the house. We would sing the songs the day of and all that. But it was very anti putting up lights, anti doing a tree because that wasn't really Jewish.
No, that wasn't. My parents never did that. We just had the Hanukkah menorah and we gambled our brains off with the dreidels. But
I will say, and it's funny, as much as my mom growing up was always like, my children will never, you're so Jewish. Like every year we get really into Christmas. And literally this year, because we had so much going on, we went to Orlando freaking twice for Thanksgiving, and then my nephew, and then this and that. That like we didn't want to do a whole thing with my family for Christmas, and literally my family was like, "So when are we coming over for Christmas?" It's like,
yeah,
you've done a 180. They've like embraced the hell of it, but it makes me happy. And I told my wife, I'm like, babe, I think we sort of have to do something because we want to keep stoking those fires. Like our kids are going to be raised with both religions. Like I like that both, like her family's really taking to the Jewish stuff, and my family's taking like I like that, and it really does feel like that time of the year, and and I appreciate that, and then that's something that I sort of wanted to slow down because like this has been a really interesting year.
You know,
and I feel like people are happy and they're enjoying each other once again, and I like that.
I like celebrating both. My ex-wife was Catholic. My daughter has been raised Catholic, but she also identifies as Jewish. But it's just, out of respect for my late parents and all my dead relatives, I don't put the bacon on top of my potato pancakes like they do at Batch. Although that's a pretty tasty bite. It could pass for a potato lock. Is those their happy hour bites at Batch. We had a great time with them, and that's a good time now to talk about before our final break. Do we have one more break? I've lost track of space and time, Defo, but we do have to get out of here. But final break before we do. Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, 3 locations. They had.
How was the Bad Santa? Did you go for?
Yeah. Bad Santa. He came up. He saw that I was playing some video poker online while I was sitting at the bar having my shot, and I also got some light bites. I got the Nashville chicken sliders, but he was funny, and they had their successful shots for tots. They collected a lot of toys at the Fort Lauderdale location last Thursday night. It was great. No, Friday night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Friday.
Throughout the weekend, and now they're gearing up for the holidays. They have all their locations: West Palm, Delray Beach, Fort Lauderdale, are going to be open throughout the holiday season, and they're going to be doing the special brunch service in Fort Lauderdale. 12 days of brunch, they're calling it. It's really a fortnight. It's 14. Weeks, 2 full weekends when you add the week in between the 2 weekends and all the other holidays. Going to be a great time. I love their brunch service, and go in there and check it out. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. We love them. Brandon and Kevin, they're such great people. They take care of the kids. They take care of the dogs and animals and rescue pets, and of course they also have fundraisers for veterans. They are very, very kind-hearted and generous souls, so go support them this holiday season. They do a terrific job. All right, let's take that third and final break, and we'll come wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox after this. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In garlic we trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to Eat. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. All right, we're back to wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox. A couple of notes before we go. First of all, I've got a busy week. Tomorrow, one of our favorite spots, and it's close to you, Defo. That would be Even Keel Fish Shack with our friend Brad in Lauderdale by the Sea. We're going to have a 1:30 post time for that show tomorrow. Give Brad a little time to get in there and shake the cobwebs off. He's a late riser. And then we've got Wednesday at Luke's Seafood and Grill in Davie on University Drive. That's a 2:30 post time because Luke likes to get through the lunch rush. It's a little compact in there. Thursday, Lenore will get to needle me about various things. Lenore at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. That's going to be on Thursday, a normal 1 p.m. post time. And then again, Friday at 10 Palms, Joe Beja, a great day of championship meet racing at Gulfstream Park and 10 Palms on Friday. And a couple more things. Don't forget Tropical Acres. If you want to get in on their Christmas Day, they're going to be open Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. Give them a call now. I think there's still some reservations and availability left for both days, 954-989-2500. And if you're going to be entertaining and celebrating at home for any of the holidays, Delaware Chicken and Seafood, they are the place to go for your Feast of the Seven Fishes, seafood, and also steaks and poultry and more, whatever you're preparing for your holiday meals, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. Go check them out. Give them a call in advance to get all your seafood orders for the holidays. We love Delaware seafood. I'm going to a special preview event tonight, and this is going to be a good one. It's called the Sunnes Supper Club in Fort Lauderdale, and the menu development is overseen, and he's going to be there tonight. Did you ever go to Chef Allen's back in the day? Alan Susser?
Yes, many times.
How great is that guy? I love him. Longtime chef. He's not going to be doing the day-to-day cooking, but he is developed a beautiful menu at this Sunnes Supper Club. It's on Sunrise Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, right across from the Galleria Mall. And I got an invite to the friends and family. I guess they're going to be doing their grand opening on Thursday night, right before the holidays. Good time for a new restaurant to get right in gear.
You got to be ready.
Right into the frying pan. But Alan Susser was one of the original Mango Gang. I loved going to Chef Allen's. It was up in Aventura, very close to Gulfstream Park. And did you do many date nights or celebrations? Or
my friend from way back in the WIOD days was a financial person, Meg Green, the lovely Meg Green. Now living in Cancun and enjoying her riches from her various investments. Was a huge fan of Chef Allen. So we went out to dine there frequently with Meg and her husband.
Great place. And didn't Meg used to write for the Miami Herald?
She may well have, yeah.
I think she did. And then she got wise and realized that if she wants to have any kind of financial success in life.
She was huge on the radio there.
Oh, yeah. No, she became a very successful.
And a lovely lady. She was
I wish I'd met her much earlier because
you could use it.
I could use a good financial advisor at this point. I'm allergic to money the way I'm allergic to eggs. All right, Defo, thank you for everything. And we will see you tomorrow at Even Keel Fish Shack. For everybody else out there, enjoy every bagel, every rugelach, and enjoy every sandwich. Thanks to Mark Freak.